おはようございます。はい。
おはようございます、先生。
おはようございます。
おはようございます。
はい、おはようございます。はい。
コンビニ。
では、始めましょう。Let's begin.
はい、デパートです。
Right. We were doing some of these exercises in the last class, and I decided to let you all do it first and then come back to it. So we will finish them today. These are just some of the exercises that you have in your textbook, not all of it. But this is good practice, a good way to revise what we have done. So I think we did the second question that you see on the top here, right? So have all of you done the exercises? How many of you have done the exercises? Can you all put up your hands? Okay. All right. Turn your videos on, please. Okay. The third question, choose the best from the following words. Okay. The first question, can you all read the sentence along with the answers together?
Ueno,
Hai,
ueno,
tsukueno.
ueni,
Hai,
on ga
ueni.
arimasu.
あります。
On ga
Hai.
arimasu.
Correct. 机の上に本があります. So these are questions based out of the picture that you see on the screen over here. You also have that in your textbook. So 机の上, there's a book on top of the table. So what are the options? Let's go over the words that you have in the options ones. So the first word is naka. What is the meaning of naka?
Inside.
Inside, right?
Right.
Inside. Naka is inside, middle of, center, all that. The second word is ue. Ue. What is ue?
Top of.
On top of.
On
On
top
top
of,
of.
right? Let me just write the kanji for them. This is naka. Ue is like that. What's the third word?
下。
Ta. Hi. Shita.
Below.
Shita is below, right? Correct.
Below.
Shita is below. So these are the kanji. Okay. Now, by now, I think you must all be familiar with the kanji. You will be able to identify, recognize what it is, what the meanings are. The next word that you see is a word that we haven't done yet. It means outside. Soto is outside.
Soto.
We'll look at it later. Hi. Naka is inside. Soto is outside. The kanji for which we will do in later lessons, so you don't have to worry about it now. The second question, sentence. Hi. Onegai shimasu minna de. All of you together.
Ueno,
机の
tonari ni,
隣に
tebi, teri, teri,
テレビ、
terebi,
テレビ、
terebi,
テレビで、
terebi ga
テレビが
arimasu.
あります。
Very good. Very good. I'm sorry, this is not the answer. The answer is ue, right? Yeah, I'll put a tick. 机の隣にテレビがあります. Tonari is next to, right? So next to what? Next to the table.
Table.
So 机 takes the particle no. So 机の隣にテレビがあります. Hi. Right? Location, subject, and existence, verb of existence. The third question. 机の
Ueno,
はい。
ue ni,
上、
はい。上に
カバンか、
kabi,
カビンか、
kabin ga, kabin ga,
カビンかいます。
arimasu.
あります。Very
あります。
good. Very nice. はい。花瓶があります。花瓶 is was, vase, right? Tsukue no ue. Once again, it is ue, but here in the options you have kanji. First option is shita ni. It is not below, so that is not the right answer. Ue is correct, followed by the particle ni. That is very important. Tsukue no ue ni kabin ga arimasu. Here, the third and fourth options, you have the same kanji, ue and shita, followed by a different particle, de. Since we haven't done that in class, right? You don't know if it's right or wrong. So let's not worry about that at all. We haven't done it yet. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Answer the following questions using the words given in the bracket. So let's look at an example first. The sentence here, tsukue wa doko ni arimasu ka? Tsukue wa doko ni arimasu ka? What is the meaning of that sentence? It has ka at the end of it, which means it's a question, right? So what is the meaning of that question? Tsukue wa
Where is the
doko
table?
ni? Hai. Where is the table? Doko ni arimasu ka? Where is it located? Doko is the question word, right? Takes the particle ni because the answer to the question where is a location. If you say it is inside the classroom, then that is the location. So doko takes the particle ni. So the word inside the bracket, the answer is heya no naka. So you have to put this in the full sentence and answer the question. So it will be heya no naka ni. Heya no naka ni arimasu. Tsukue wa heya no naka ni arimasu. Okay, so in place of doko, you will replace it with answer and include the particle ni after it. And arimasu, positive sentence. Okay, first question. Kagi wa doko ni arimasu ka? Hi, what is the answer, everyone? Kagi wa doko ni arimasu ka?
Kaban no
Kaban.
arimasu.
Kaban no
Hi, kaban no
Nakani
naka.
Naka ni arimasu.
Perfect. Kaban no naka ni arimasu. Okay, or the fuller sentence will be, the complete sentence will be Kagi wa kaban no naka ni arimasu. Okay, very good. Second question. Genkan ni. You all know what kagi is, right? Keys.
Key.
Hi. Hi. Second is genkan ni surippa wa arimasu ka? Genkan ni surippa wa arimasu ka? Surippa is slippers.
Slippers.
Genkan. Hi.
Entrance.
Entrance. Very good. Entrance. Genkan is the entrance. If you see traditional Japanese houses, buildings, the entrance is sort of very important. And it's always one step lower to that of the rest of the house. So you have to step down to the entrance and then rise up to the rest of the place. So genkan. A lot of greetings are exchanged at that place. Genkan ni surippa wa arimasu ka? Hi, now answer that question.
Hi.
Hi.
Gen.
Hi.
Genkan ni surippa wa arimasu.
Surippa ga arimasu.
Yes, initially it's better to do full sentences so that way you get more practice also. But of course, slowly as you get used to the language, you know how to cut short your words. Hai, surippa wa arimasu. Hai, genkan ni surippa wa arimasu. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
we can use ga also, right? Surippa ga arimasu.
Surippa ga arimasu is correct. Yes, you can. I will explain that after we do all of these exercises.
Okay.
Correct. Yes, I was going to do that last class, but a lot of you were not present last class, so I decided to just do it when all of you were there. So yes, I'll do it today. I'll tell you about ga and wa. I'll take the same example and tell you. Anyway, let's go to the next sentence. Kaban no naka ni nani ka arimasu ka? Kaban no naka ni nani ka arimasu ka? Hi, answer.
Kaban no
Hi.
Kaban no nakani
Yes.
Nakani.
Shashinga
Shi.
Shashin. Shashin.
Hi.
Shashin. Shashin.
Shashin ga arimasu.
Hi, shashin ga arimasu. Shashin. Okay, so it's three sounds, right? Sha, shi, and in. Kaban no naka ni shashin ga arimasu. Shashin is a photograph. We saw this in lesson 4. Nani ka? What is the meaning of nani ka? What does this question translate to? Kaban no naka ni nani ka arimasu ka?
What is inside the bag?
What is inside the bag?
Is there anything?
Something.
Hi. Is there anything inside the bag? What is inside the bag? Close enough, but you have the particle ga for
Ga.
it. Nani ga arimasu ka is what is inside the bag. If you have nani ka, it means is there anything? I'm sure you'll be able to translate this better in our languages. Mother tongue, anything. Try it. Nani ka arimasu ka, there'll be one word for that. Okay. Shashin ga arimasu. Fourth question. Hondana ni nani ga. Now you've come to nani ga. What is there? Nani ga arimasu ka? Hondana ni nani ga arimasu ka? Now in the bracket you have 3 items listed. So it's up to you to either use to between the 3 words and then ga arimasu, or you can use ya. After the final item, you say nado ga arimasu. It's up to you, right? Depends on the situation. Right now, we can assume these are the only 3 books there, or there are more books apart from these. Anyway, whatever you choose to answer. Hi, please.
Hondanani
Hondanani. Hi.
Ego
Hi.
Ego no hito.
This
Ego
time.
no hon.
Hon. Hi.
Ego no hon
Ego no
to
hon. To.
Hindi
Oh,
Hindi
Hindi. Okay. It says Hindi, is it? Hi, Hindi. Okay. Here in my screen, it says France, Go, which is French language. I suppose in your textbooks, it says Hindigo.
Hindi.
Right? Let me write
Yes.
that on the side. He
Indigo.
in, he in, and then you have they. They plus a small e gives you the D sound. So that way you get Hindi and there's an elongation there. Okay, Hindi. Sorry,
Indigo no hon
Hi.
to
Hi.
Tamirgo hon ga
Hi.
arimasu.
Perfect. So you simply say to and then you can finish that sentence. Eigo no hon to Hindi go no hon to Tamil go no hon ga arimasu. Okay, it says Hindi language in your textbook, so we'll go with that. Hondana ni eigo no hon to Hindi go no hon to Tamil go no hon ga arimasu. Now, if you were to use ya nado, what will that sentence be like? Let's do this for practice. Hondana ni. Yes. Eigo no hon ya.
Tamirgo hon
Okay, Tamil first. Okay, Tamil go no hon ya.
Arimasu.
Can you say that again? I don't think it's a complete sentence. Ego no hon ya. I think the second one was Hindi go, right? Hindi go no hon
on
ya.
ya
Tamiru
Tamiru go hon nado nado
arimasu. Perfect. Now it's perfect. Right? Eigo no hon ya, Hindi go no hon ya, Tamiru go no hon nado ga arimasu. That's the structure. Hi. Any questions? Now let me explain this. It was a good question, whether you have to use wa or ga. Let me just open a document to explain that. Give me a second. The important thing about va and ga is subject is important. When something is a subject in that sentence, that takes a lot of emphasis. Okay. Whereas with the topic is not important, but what comes after the topic is important. So this is extremely contextual. So, hi. All right, let me just type out the sentence here. Now the question, where are the slippers? Now this is contextual. So you need to imagine that any sentence is being spoken in a conversation, unless we are in a habit of talking to ourselves, right? Anything that you say is a part of a conversation with somebody else. You're either answering their question, you're telling them something, or asking them a question. It can be one of these things. But there's always somebody in the conversation. There's context to it, right? So instead of looking at these sentences as independent sentences, let's try to see what the question would have been, what the conversation would have been like. Okay, so suppose there is somebody A asking the question, where are the slippers? Now, how do you translate this sentence in Japanese? As for the slippers, where are they? Hi, very good. Slipper wa doko desu ka? Or since we have done arimasu ka, let's try and do that. Doko ni arimasu ka? Right? Doko ni arimasu ka? Slipper wa doko ni arimasu ka? Where are the slippers located? Where are they at? So B says the slippers are at the entrance. Okay. Now in this case, in this conversation between A and B, is the slippers new information? No. A has already spoken about the slippers. A has already given slippers as the topic of the conversation. Where are the slippers? It's established. So B is merely talking about the same thing, slippers. As for the slippers that you are asking about, it's at the entrance. So it's not new information. The part about it being at the entrance is new information. The part that comes after the topic is important in that sentence. Slippers is merely the topic, right? So it's simply be Slipper wa genkan ni arimasu. Slipper wa. So in this sentence, it is simply slipper wa. Right? The slippers itself aren't important. Their location is important. That comes at the latter part of the sentence. Now let's look at this conversation, a different conversation, where A is asking the question,
what are there in entrance?
Wonderful. Excellent. That's exactly what it is. What is at the entrance? What is there at the entrance? To which B says, the slippers are there at the entrance. Do you understand the difference? So the answer to the question, what is slippers? So in this sentence, slippers takes importance. So therefore, in this sentence, it becomes the subject. So it is extremely contextual. What is the question being asked? Where are the slippers? Or what is there at the entrance? Understand? This will come only with practice. Initially, you're still trying to grapple with what is va, what is ga, how do you form a sentence with all of these in it, right? This is only for explanation because I'm sure you had this. Where is ga? Where is va? How is it used, right? So I'm just giving you an explanation. I'll maybe put this in Google Classroom so you can refer to it whenever you want. But don't worry too much about it. Like I said, this comes with a lot of, you need to have a grasp of the language a little bit to be able to understand this easily. Okay. So in this case, the question will be, what is there at the entrance? Genkani. Hi, please help me.
Genkani.
Yes, everyone.
Naniga.
Naniga Arimuska.
Naniga
Arimaska.
Arimaska. Hi. The slippers are there at the entrance. So in this sentence, it will be Suripaga.
Ga.
Hi.
Genka.
Genka.
Genkani.
Hi.
Arimasu.
Hi. Suripaga Genkani Arimasu. So that's the difference between this sentence and this sentence. It's important what context it comes in. What is the question that is being asked? That is why in your textbooks, you are given hints, like you're asked to use va, you're asked to use ga, because they're independent sentences in your textbook, right? We have no way of knowing what is actually correct. So this is just information for you. Like I said, at this level, you don't have to worry about this too much.
Sumesh sensei,
Hi.
Genkani Slippaga Arimas. We can write like, we can say like that also.
Yes. Perfect. That is, in fact, better. That is, in fact, better because you begin with what you know. So, Genkani, right? You follow the same template. Begin with the location. You're answering the question Nani second in the sentence. So, that can come second in the sentence. That is actually better. So, I will change this. Genkani Suripaga Arima. Hi. Yes. Okay, all right. So now,
Ma'am, it's like we have
Hi.
already seen this, right? If a person introduces something new, we can use ga, right?
exactly.
Oh.
That's correct, right? We've already looked at this.
Yeah, that's
In a conversation, when something is introduced for the first
first
time,
time.
it's new information, right? So there's a lot of importance to it. Asoko ni neko ga imasu. There is a dog over there. For the first time, you're talking about that dog. Second time onwards, you introduce it at a topic. It's already established in the previous sentence. You talk about it like the topic. That's what happens here, right? The questioner has already made the topic. So you also talk about it as a topic.
Oh, this
But
is also
here it's
something
new.
similar to that.
It's the same idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
Correct. You're
Okay.
right. Hi.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Hi. Hi. All right. I'll share this with examples in Google Classroom so you can refer to it. Now, let's move on to the next grammar. This is more, in this lesson, the fifth lesson, you have a lot to remember. There's more to remember than any grammar, really. I might talk about a few things, one or two things, that is about grammar, but it's a lot of numbers, dates, months of the year, days of the week. What are they in Japanese? So this is a bit of a more relaxed, it'll be a relaxed class. You know, you can sort of chill, as they say. Numbers, right? I asked you all to revise numbers for this class. 1 to 20. You have 1 to 20 in your textbook. Shall we quickly go over 1 to 10 together? Can you all give me
Ichi.
the numbers? Hi. Ichi.
Ni.
Ni.
San.
San.
Yon.
On.
Go. Roku.
Roku.
Nana.
Nana. Achi.
Hachi.
Q.
Q. And
Ju.
Ju. Okay. Ju, right? So that is until 10. So we already saw that number 4 has more than one pronunciation. There's she and yon. Similarly, 7 is shichi and nana. 9 is k and q. So they're all in use. There are specific places where you need to use one sound. There are other places where you will have to use the other sound only. So all of that is there. So today we'll be looking at a little bit of it. But now we'll go to the next number, 11. 11. Now 10 is Jew. So 11 is 10
10
plus
plus
1.
1.
Right?
Jew
10
ichi.
and 1. So it's Jew ichi.
Juichi.
Okay. What is 12 now?
Juni.
Juni.
Juni. Great. What is 13?
Jusan.
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 Jusan. 14.
Juyon.
Juyon.
Juyon. Yon is the pronunciation here. Okay. Juyon. 15.
Jugo.
Go.
Jugo. Okay. 16.
Juroku.
Roku. Juroku. All right. 17.
Junana.
Junana. Junana. 18.
Juhi.
Juhachi.
Juhachi. Correct. Juhachi. 19.
Ju.
Jukyu.
Q.
Jukyu. Right. Now 20. Okay.
Niju.
20 is,
Niju.
yes,
Niju.
it's 2 times 10. It's like that. Okay. 10, Ju is 10. So 20 is 2 into 10. So Niju. Similarly, 30 will be
Sanju.
Sanju. Okay. 40 is,
Yonju.
Yonju.
Gonju.
yes. 50,
Goju.
Goju.
Goju. 60,
Rokuju.
Ju.
Rokuju. 70,
Nana.
Nanaju.
Nanaju. 80,
Hachiju.
90.
Q.
Juju.
Kyuju.
We'll come to 100 a little later, but let's look at some more numbers. So 11 is 10 and 1, right? So it's Ju-ichi. Ju-ichi. All right. Now, what do you think 21 is? 20 is Niju. So
Niju.
21,
Nichi.
Niju-san.
Niju-ichi. 1 is
Ichi.
ichi, right? So it is Niju-ichi. Okay, now let's look at some random numbers. 27.
Niju. Nana.
Nuju.
Nana.
Niju Nana. Fantastic. 33.
Sanju.
Sanju-san.
San.
Hi. Sanju San. 30 is Sanju. It's like how you say 30 and 3. 33. Sanju San. Okay. Sanju San. Okay. 46.
Yonju.
Yonjuroku.
Hi. Yonju Roku. All right. 52.
Gojuni.
Ni. Goju ni. Okay, there's a slight, if you look at Goju, it's Goju. Go has no elongation, Ju has. So that has to be evident in the way you pronounce it. Goju. Not Goju, right? Goju. Slight elongation in Ju. Okay. Goju ni. All right. 68.
Rokuju hachi.
Rokuju hachi. Okay. Rokuju hachi. 74.
Nanaju. Yon.
Yon. Nanaju yon. All right. 86.
Hachijuroku.
Okay. Hachiju roku. All right. 99.
Kyuju.
Hi. Kyuju. Okay. All right. So next, 100. After 99, you have 100. 100 is the left portion. Please look at the left side. 100 is hyaku.
Hyaku.
Okay. Hyaku. Hyaku. He, small ya, is hya and ku. Now 200. What is 200?
Niyak.
Nihyak.
Nihyak.
Nihyak. All right. 300. Read carefully.
San
Biak.
Biak.
Yes. Sambyak. Sambyak. You see the ha, the he sound gets the beer sound. Sambyak. That's because the previous kana is right? So when you have it's easier to say the ba sounds afterwards instead of ha. So instead of saying sanhyak is a little bit more, you have to put in some effort to say it. I think there's some noise in the background. I can hear some voice. Can you all mute yourselves, please, for some time? Hi. Okay, it's better. San. So the sound causes the next sound to change a little bit. So when sounds come together, san and hyak comes together, it changes. So it's bia in this case. So you have a lot of these modified sounds when it comes to words. 400.
Yon hyak.
Hi. 400. 400. 500 is gohyak. Gohyak. 600, once again, roku and hyaku. Roku hyaku. Roku hyaku takes a bit of an effort. So it's easier to simply say ropyak. Ropyak. The k disappears and the hya becomes pia.
Yeah.
It's the pa sound. Ropyak. So here there's a syllabic stop. Okay, so you also stress the pya. Ropya. Ropyak. So you have to remember 600 is ropyak. 700 is nana hyak. And 800, once again, it changes. It's not hachi hyak, it's hapyak.
Hyak.
Yes. Hapyak. All right. Hapyak, similar to 600. 900 is kyuhyak. Kyuhyak. Now, 1000. The word for 1000 is sen. Okay? Hyak is 100. Sen is 1000. 2000 is nisen. 3000, there's a small change. It's not san sen, it's san zen. Once again, because of the sound over here, it's easier to say ze afterwards than say. You can try saying it if you like. San zen comes more naturally. Okay, this is something you have to remember. San zen instead of san sen. San zen. 4,000 is yon sen. 5,000 go sen. 6,000 roku sen. 7,000 nana sen, as it is, right? 8,000, once again, is not hachi sen, it's has sen. Changes. There's a syllabic stop and say. Has sen. 8,000 is has sen. 9,000 is q sen. All right. So quickly, if there's no disturbance in audio on your end, please unmute and let's read these sounds out loudly. Repeat after me. 100. Hyaku.
Hyak.
Hyaku. Okay. 200. Nihyaku.
Nihyak.
Hai. Sambyaku.
Sanbyak. Byak.
Sambyaku. Once again, listen to the sound carefully. Sambyaku.
Sanbyak.
Hai. 400. Yonhyaku.
Yohyak.
Hai. Gohyaku.
Gohyak.
Hai. Ropyaku.
Ropyak.
Okay. Nanahyaku.
Nanahyak.
Okay. Hapyaku.
Hyak.
Okay. Kyuhyaku.
Yuhyak.
Yes. So in hundreds, you have to remember 300, 600, and 800 are slightly different. Sambyak, ropyak, hapyak. All right. Now 1,000. Sen,
Sen.
Sen.
nisen,
Nisen.
Sen.
sanzen,
Sanzen.
Zen.
yonsen,
Yonsen.
Yosen.
gosen,
Gosen.
Gosen.
rokusen,
Rokusen.
nanasen,
Nanasen.
Sen.
hassen,
Hassen.
kyusen.
Kyusen.
So that's all that we'll be learning for now. 10,000 onwards, maybe later. Okay, so any questions in the pronunciation? So remember for 1,000, 3,000 is sanzen, the z part, and 8,000 is hassen. It changes. The chi is missing in hachi, and then you have the syllabic stop plus sen, hassen. All right. Let's try a few numbers. 39. Hi, Sanju Q. Sanju Q. All right. Next, 72.
Nanaju.
Yes. Nanajuni. Right? 72. All right. I'm going fast because I'm assuming you understood. If you have any questions, do ask me. 520. 520. As you say it, right?
Niju.
Go.
Yak.
Yak. Yak.
Hi.
Go.
Gohyak.
Yak.
Niju.
Ni.
Ju.
Niju.
Gohyak.
Niju.
Ju. Hi. Gohyak. Niju. Hi. Oh. Okay. Next. 985.
Yak.
Q.
Hachi.
Gohyak.
Hachiju.
Yak.
Kyuhyak.
Hachiju.
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 Go.
Go. Hi. Q-hyak. Now with the pronunciation of hyak, what you need to be careful about is not to say hak or
Hyak.
yak. Okay, so you shouldn't say hak or yak. It's hyak. Hya. Hya. Try and pronounce that a few times until you get it. Hyak. Very important. Q-hyak. Hachiju. Go. Now, we're going to thousands. 1,500.
Go.
What is 1,000?
Sen.
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 You don't need ichi sen, not required. It's not 1,000. Sen is 1,000. Okay, sen. 500 is?
Sen. Go.
Hi,
Go.
gohyak. Sen gohyak. Sen gohyak. 6,953.
Kusen.
Rokusen.
Rokusen.
Hi, rokusen.
Kyuhyak.
Kyuhyak.
Goju-san.
Gojo.
Goju.
Goju.
San.
San. Right? 6,000. So that is rokusen. 900. Kyuhyak. 50 tens. Goju. And finally, 3 is san. It's pretty easy. It's just you need to remember the numbers, what 1 to 9 is. And then you can say all the numbers until 999. Sorry, 9999. 8,005.
Hasengo. Hasengo.
Hi, Hassen. 8,000 is Hassen.
Hasengo.
So all of these zeros, you don't have to worry about it. You just skip it, go to the units. Please. Hassen, go. 3,721.
Tanzen,
Sanzen. Sanzen.
Hi.
Nana Hyaku,
Hi.
Yaku.
Niju,
Niju. Ichi.
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 Hi. Niju ichi.
Chi.
Okay. Hi. So 3,000 is sanzen. 700 is nana hyaku. 20 is niju and 1 is ichi at the end. Any questions? So you will all be able to give me your birth year if I were to ask you. Maybe we'll do that small exercise towards the end of the class. Now we'll go on to the next one, which is talking about dates. Now that you know numbers, you can talk about dates. Today's date is 17th, right? 17th July 2024. These are the formats in which we write dates. Some of the formats. In Japanese, this is the format. Just look at the part that I've highlighted, not the hiragana that is written down, just the part that I've highlighted. So it is 2024 and then there is a kanji. Okay. And then you have 7, which is indicative of month, and then you have a kanji. 17th is the date, and then you have a kanji. So you see the format itself is year, month, and date. All right. Usually, in most places, just the month and the date, but that is the format. The month is first and then the date. It's not the date and the month. Like if you go shopping here, you want to buy milk and then you see the expiry date, it's the month first and the date. I have gotten confused so many times. And I keep thinking, what is this? Is it this way or the other way? It's month and date. All right. So it's about hierarchy. In Japanese society, you see, there's a lot of hierarchy. The most important, and then you have the subordinates, even in an office environment. So you see that even in this format, as it's reflected, the year comes first, and then the month, and then the date. All right. So the kanji that you have after each of it, in Japanese, any number is just a number unless you specify what it is. 2024, we all know it's the year 2024, right? But in Japanese, unless you specify what it is, it's just another number. So you have to say 2024 year, 7th or July month, 17th the date. So these are the kanji for year, month, and date. We will be looking at these kanji now in today's class. All right. So this kanji is pronounced as nen. Nen means year. So you have to say nisen, niju, yon, nen. Very important. Just like particles afterwards. After every word, you have to add the correct particle. After the topic, you need to have the topic marker. After the subject, you need to have the subject marker. Location marker. Important. That's how it is. After any number, you have to specify what it is. All right. So it's the year. Nisen, niju, yon, nen. The number here is 7. 7 in Japanese is shichi or nana. Anything. Okay. Nana gatsu. 7th month. Or shichi gatsu. Gatsu is how you will read this kanji in this context. To mean the month. And this is the kanji that we all know already. What does this kanji mean?
Day, sun.
Day, sun, all that. Right? It means day. So it's the day. Today is 17th. The 17th day of the month, July, whatever. So 17 followed by this kanji, and depending on what number comes before it, you will either read this kanji as ka or nichi. If you go back and see, this particular kanji has many readings, right? We looked at about 5 or 6 readings. And 2 of it is nichi and there's also ka. So depending on what number comes before it, you will either read this kanji as ka or nichi. Since it is 17, the reading for this kanji is nichi. It is ju, nana, nichi, not ka. But suppose if this was, let's say, 3, it will be ka. So that is what you're going to be seeing right now. How do you know what numbers with what kanji? All right. So let's get to it. Let's look at the dates of a month. So you have 30, 31 days in every month. So we'll be looking at all the numbers. The dates from the 1st until the 10th are slightly different. So you have to remember them individually. All right. Let's look at the sounds first, 1 to 10, and then let's go on to the next ones. So here it is symbolically the first day. The kanji for day is very important. Otherwise, 1 is just any other number. 2 is just any other number. Here, the kanji tells you that you're talking about the dates in a month. All right. So the first of any month, the sound is, the word is suitachi. Suitachi. Okay, it's a very different sound. We have no other choice but to just remember it. Suitachi. The second of any month is Hutsuka. Hutsuka. Third, Mikka. Mikka. A syllabic stop and ka. You have to be very careful. Futsuka, here it's not a syllabic stop. The kana is as big as the other kana, so you pronounce it. Futsuka. For third, it's Mikka. You stress the ka. Fourth is Yokka. Fifth is Itsuka. Sixth, Muika. Seventh, Nanoka. Eighth, Yoka. Ninth, Kokonoka. 10th, Toka. So until 10. Alright. So here you have to be careful with the syllabic stop. Mikka and Yokka have the syllabic stop. Third and fourth have the syllabic stop. So you don't pronounce the tsu. Yokka. Fourth is Yokka, whereas eighth is Yoka. Please look at the difference. Yokka and yeah, this is Yokka and eighth is Yoka. Okay. In eighth, yo is elongated. So you have the after yo. So you just elongate that sound. Yoka. Whereas for fourth, ka is stressed. So it's yoka. So shall we repeat these sounds together? First, what is first? Suitachi.
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 Hutsuka.
Utsuka.
Utsuka.
Yes. Third, Mikka.
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 Fourth, Yokka.
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 Fifth, Itsuka.
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 Sixth, Muika.
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 Seventh, Nanoka.
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 Eighth, Yoka.
Yoka. Yoka.
Hai. Ninth, Kokonoka.
Kokonoka.
10th is Toka.
Toka.
Okay. Here you'll find something else. In the word Toka, this is an exception. To is elongated, but to elongate the O sound, you don't add U after it, you add O. So this is something that you can note. It's not to ka, it is to o ka. You add the kana o itself. Right? Like eighth here is yoka, is you add u for elongation. Right? Which is what you do for most of the words. but 10th is a sort of an exception in that case. So these are the words, numbers, the dates from 1st to 10th. So here you will find the ka that you have after all of these sounds is the way to read the kanji. That is why they are both in red. The ka is the way you read the kanji. Alright, but you will find that missing for the first, because first is a very different sound. It's a super exception. Okay, so the first is just suitachi. You just have to remember that. You're not reading the number specifically, you're not reading the kanji specifically, you're reading the whole thing as suitachi. Just think of it as one whole thing. But here you can actually split. The ka is for the kanji in all of these sounds. Okay. Now let's look at 11th onwards. Now 11 onwards, there are no different sounds. You read the number like it is. 11, how do you say 11 in Japanese?
Juichi.
Juichi. So it's Juichi. And in this case, the kanji will no longer be read as ka, it will be read as nichi, the other sound. Okay, that is what I meant here by depending on the number that comes before the kanji, it can either be read as ka or nichi. So for dates from 1st to 10th, you know that the kanji is read as ka. Now onwards, for the most part, the kanji will be nichi. So it's ju, ichi, nichi. 12th is ju, ni, nichi.
Nichi.
Hi. 13th is ju, san, nichi. And now you come to an exception. Okay. So from 11th onwards until the 31st, it follows the number plus the kanji is read as nichi, except for 3 dates, which are 14th that you see here, 20th and 24th. So let's look at it. So 13th was ju, san, nichi, but 14th is back to this ju, yokka. Ju, yokka. 4th is yokka. So 14th is ju, yokka. Let me maybe give a space over here so you can follow it better. 4th is yokka. So 14th is ju, yokka. This is a small so in case it's. The 15th is ju, go, nichi. 16th is ju, roku, nichi. The kanji is nichi. 17th can either be ju, shichi, nichi or ju, nana, nichi. You can either use the sound shichi or nana for 7 and say ju, shichi, nichi or ju, nana, nichi. Anything is fine. 18th is ju, hachi, nichi. 19th is ju, ku, nichi. 9 is ku. Alright, ju, ku, nichi. 20th is a different sound. You have to remember this separately like 1st to 10th. It's hatsuka. And the kanji is read as ka, right? Hatsuka. 21st, ni, ju, ichi, nichi. 20 is ni, ju. 1 is ichi. So it's ni, ju, ichi. And the kanji is nichi. So it might seem very confusing, right? Nichi, ichi and all of that. But do try to follow. Ni, ju, ichi, nichi. 22nd, ni, ju, ni, nichi. 23rd, ni, ju, san, nichi. 24th is an exception. 4th is yokka. 14th is ju, yokka. 24th is ni, ju, yokka. Okay, ni, ju, yokka. This is a syllabic stop. 25, back to the usual. Ni, ju, go, nichi. Ni, ju, roku, nichi. Ni, ju, shichi, nichi or ni, ju, nana, nichi. 7 can either be shichi or nana. Niju shichi nichi or niju nana nichi. 28th, niju hachi nichi. 29, niju ku nichi. It can't be Q, it's ku. Niju ku nichi. Now 30, 30th. 30, the number is Sanju, 3 and 10, right? Sanju. So Sanju nichi is the 30th. And 31st, finally, is Sanju ichi nichi. So those are the dates. So the dates 1 to 10, right? 1st to 10th, and then 14th, 20th, 24th are actually exceptions where the kanji, the day kanji is read as ka. For all the other dates, the day kanji is read as nichi. So this is what you need to know. The calendar is actually given even in your textbook. You can also use that for reference. I think it's page number Sanju Roku. What is Sanju Roku? Sanju Roku.
36.
36. Hi, 36. Yes, ne? So there you have the calendar. The word for calendar in Japanese is written in katakana. Karenda. Karenda. Extend the sound. Karenda. Okay. Hi. So you have all the dates there. So Itachi, Hutsuka, Mikka, Yokka, and all of it. All right. So now let's go on to the months of the year. The months of the year is very easy. It's just number of the month, and then you have to say month. It's not like you have to remember new words like January, February. It's not like that. So Ichigatsu, January is the first month. So you use the number 1 along with the kanji for month. That is, you have to say it's the month. Otherwise, 1 is meaningless. It's just a number. You have to specify that it's the first month. So this kanji is read as gatsu. Okay, gatsu. So January is ichigatsu. February nigatsu. March sangatsu. April is always shigatsu. It cannot be yongatsu. It cannot be the other sound. Okay, shigatsu. April is shigatsu. May is gogatsu. Gogatsu. Now you all tell me, what is June?
Rokugatsu.
Rokugatsu. July? Shichigatsu. It can't be Nanagatsu in this case. So this is something you have to remember. Shichigatsu. July, this month is Shichigatsu. August? Hachigatsu. September? Kugatsu. It can't be Q, right? It cannot be Nana. It cannot be Q either. The other sounds are not used. Kugatsu. September is Kugatsu. October? Jugatsu. Jugatsu. November?
Juichigatsu.
Yes, 11th month. So that is Juichigatsu. Juichigatsu. Finally, December? Junigatsu. Junigatsu. All right, 12th month. Okay. So with this, you can all give me your full birth dates. You can talk about your the year, the month, and the date that you were born. It's a good exercise, but let's do that a little later. Let's try and see, how do you ask some questions, right? For instance, usually these questions nobody asks unless you just have blanked out and you don't remember. What month is it now? You don't say, what month is it today? Today is used for dates. What date is it today? But month is just, a month goes on for 30, 31 days, right? So it's not specifically today. You don't say, what month is it today? You say, what month is it now? Or what month is it this month? This month, what month is it? So how do you ask these questions? First, this month. As for this month, what month is it? So this month in Japanese, I don't know if you remember, kongetsu. Did we do this? Anyway, we are doing it now. Kongetsu. This month is kongetsu. Month is getsu or gatsu. We'll be looking at that slowly. So kongetsu wa, what month is it? So what is the question word nani? But here, what goes with month? They go together. So nani, cut it short, it becomes nan, right? Nan desu ka. So nan gatsu desu ka. What month is it? Nan gatsu desu ka. Kongetsu wa, as for this month. Kongetsu wa nan gatsu desu ka? Kongetsu wa nan gatsu desu ka? Or instead of saying this month, what month is it? You can say now. What month is it now? As for now, what month is it? The word for now, this is a new word that we are learning. Ima. Ima is now. So ima wa, as for now. Nangatsu desu ka? Nangatsu desu ka? Kongetsu wa nangatsu desu ka? Or ima wa nangatsu desu ka? We have to remember the words. This month is kongetsu, now is ima. All right. Now let's look at some kanji before we do the other things. Okay. We're back to this first kanji. You can all open your kanji workbooks to refer to the kanji, or your textbooks. You can try to practice the strokes, but most importantly, I'd like you all to listen to the explanation I'm giving for all the reading. You can always practice the strokes after class also. So the reading, how the readings are used, I'll try to explain it. It will get clearer, obviously, with more classes as you see and read more kanji. But I'll explain it now. So this is the kanji. The kanji itself, please think of it as a representation. This font is not very accurate. That is why I want you to open your kanji workbooks to follow the font. So this kanji won't be repeated in your kanji workbook. I've just put it here as a way to revise. If it's not there, just look at the screen, no problem. So this kanji, we know it means sun, day. It has the readings nichi, hi, bi, ka. Now we already have seen how nichi is used, right? Nichi is used with certain dates. Similarly, ka is used with certain other dates. Now we'll also see how he is used and how bi is used. So let's start with the word for Sunday. All right. Sunday, or before that, I would like you to actually look at nichi first. Forget Sunday. We'll do that last. The sound nichi, the reading nichi, how is it used? We already saw dates like 21st, 22nd, 30th, 31st, 26th, 12th, 13th. Those are the dates where you will read that kanji as nichi. So 21st, for instance, is ni-ju, ichi, and nichi for the kanji. Ni, ju, ichi, nichi. That's an example. Now, where is the sound ka used? When this kanji comes along with numbers like this, right? For all the exceptions. 2nd until the 10th, and then 14th, 20th, 24th. For all these dates, you use the sound ka, right? Futsuka, Mikka, Yokka, so on. 14th is Ju Yokka. 24th is Niju Yokka. 20th is Hatsuka. You can open your calendar and keep it on this side in your textbook if you want. So for all of these dates, wherever this kanji comes, you will read it as ka. All right. Next, the sound, the reading B. Where do you use the reading B? So far, we haven't seen it, but we will from now. The word for day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, these are all days of the week. So the word for day of the week is yobi. Yo, and you have this kanji, and this kanji in this case is read as bi. Yobi. That's the word for day of the week. So in that case, of course, yo also has a kanji, but it comes in the next level. So you don't have to worry about it now. But the word for day of the week is yobi, and the bi there in that word is this kanji. Next is the word for birthday. In in English, in Japanese, the word for birthday is tanjobi. Can you all read this?
Tanjobi.
Hi, tanjobi. Tanjobi. All right. So this is the furigana I have included because these are new words. I'll always include a furigana on top of the kanji initially. Tanjobi is birthday. So there again in that word, the B is this kanji. Now where is the last reading he used? In words like Children's Day, holiday, Teacher's Day. Okay, in Japan recently we had a holiday. It was a long weekend. This Monday, it was the Marine Day or the Sea Day. You have Sea Day, you have Mountain Day, you have all of these days, right? Valentine's Day. What else? You have all of these days, holidays. So those places, the word for day will be hi. So for instance, Children's Day is Kodomo no hi. Kodomo no hi. This is hi. Okay. Okay, doesn't matter. I'll just leave it here. Similarly, holiday is Yasumi no hi. Kodomo is children. So a day for the children or the day of the children, right? Children's Day. So Kodomo no hi. Similarly, holiday. Yasumi is rest or holiday. Okay, so the day that is a holiday is Yasumi no hi. A day for rest, a day of rest. Yasumi no hi. So these are all examples of how the kanji is read differently in different cases, in different instances. It can either be nichi or ka or hi or bi. Now let's go to the next kanji. This is the origin of the kanji. Okay, from the earth, when you look at the moon, especially a crescent moon, through the clouds, that is an image that you see over here. And then that was given some definition to make it, to standardize it, so everybody could use it, use the same way of writing. That became the second image that you see. And slowly more dimensions were added. It was given some edges and corners, and then this has come to be the kanji that means moon. And because the meaning of this kanji is moon, it's also got the extended, the closely associated meaning month to it. So this kanji both means moon and month, because the month is calculated with moon cycles. You have 2 cycles, right? So that's how, close association. So it means both moon and month. Now let's look at some of the readings. Tsuki. Tsuki is moon. I think we saw this earlier. I was telling you some vocabulary. Alright, so literally in a sentence, when you want to talk about that moon in the sky, you want to say the moon is very bright today, or there is a moon in the sky, or look at the moon in the sky, right? These are the examples. So you'll say tsuki. In this sentence, moon will be replaced by tsuki in Japanese. Tsuki literally means moon. Okay. And the other 2 readings are gatsu and getsu. Gatsu is used along with a number. Wherever you have a number, such as first month, ichi gatsu, ni gatsu, san gatsu. So for the months of the year, you will use the sound gatsu. Getsu is used in other words, other kinds of words. Let's look at some examples. Let me just, I think it's Getsu, earlier we saw kongetsu, right? This month. This month is kongetsu. So in that word, the month word is getsu. And the word for Monday, earlier I have to show you Sunday, but the word for Monday, the word for days of the week is yobi. And you'll find that every day of the week in Japanese is named after one of the natural elements. So, and things that are very significant, not just the natural elements, it's also things that play a vital role in our lives. So Monday is after the moon. Okay. Tuesday is after fire. Wednesday is after water. Thursday is after vegetation, trees and vegetation. Friday is after money, gold. Saturday is the soil. And Sunday is the sun. Okay. So Monday is Getsu Yobi. Yobi is the day of the week. Getsu is moon. In this word, this kanji is read as Getsu. Getsu Yobi. Previously, Sunday is Nichiyobi. Right? Yobi is day of the week. And the first kanji is Nichi. I told you it's after the sun. So you see, in the same word, you have this kanji come twice. The first time it comes, it's read as Nichi. But here, it's read as B. It's read differently in the same word itself. That's because Yobi is one word. Nichi is just something you attach to Yobi for Sunday. Alright, so this you'll have to be careful. The first kanji is Nichi. The second kanji is B. Nichi Yobi. Similarly, here you have Getsuyobi. Alright. Next, fire. This actually gives you an image of a fire. Right? Firewood, and then there's fire burning. So you can associate this image with this kanji to remember the meaning of it. The readings for this kanji, there are 2. One is he and the other one is ka. Okay. He and ka. So when you talk about fire as a standalone thing in a sentence, for example, if you say light a fire or something is on fire. You're using the word fire literally in that sentence. There you will use he. But if this comes along with other words, such as, like I said, Tuesday is named after fire, right? So, ka yobi. There, the reading is ka. If you look at this word for Tuesday, this is the whole word. Yobi is day, and since it's after fire, when this kanji comes along with other kanji or other ideas or other phrases, then it is read as ka. But if it comes all by itself in a word as fire itself, then it will be he. So Tuesday is kayobi. Kayobi. That's the reading I've mentioned next to it. The next one, this is the kanji that you have, but I would like to explain it using this. What you see on the top over here is actually a kanji all by itself. It means river. Okay, you don't have to worry about the reading, just the meaning of it. It means river. All right. And it even looks like it. You can see the waterfall, right? The stream. 3 lines represent. If you were to go to a river and then take the water, if you were to cup your hands and take the water, you're bringing it together, right? So that is what happens here. To this, you're bringing it together and then you get this kanji. This is the kanji for water, water that you were left with in your hands. And the 2 readings are mizu and sui. Mizu literally is water. In a sentence, if you want to say, please give me water. Do you have water? He needs water. I want to drink water. So you're talking about water, standalone, comes independently. So there you will say mizu. Mizu is water. But if this kanji, if the idea of water comes in other words, then you will read it as sui. The second reading. So I told you earlier, Wednesday is after water. Right? So it is sui yobi. This is the kanji. Sui and yobi. Sui yobi is Wednesday. Sui yobi. Alright. The next one is tree. This we've already seen. This is where it formally makes an appearance first. But I already had to explain this when I told you about the kanji for book. This is the kanji for tree. That's an image of a tree itself. All right. So the readings are ki or mukku. Stand alone. When this kanji comes alone in a sentence, such as I've given the example, there is a mango tree there. So here tree is ki. But in a word like this for Thursday, I told you it's after trees and vegetation. So it's mokku yobi. The same kanji will be read as mokku because it comes along with something else. It's not independent. So in that case, you will use mokku. Mokku yobi. Mokku yobi. Next is the kanji for gold or money. So here, you see this stroke over here, right, on the top. There are other strokes like this, some like this. Okay, you have other strokes. But this is also one stroke, one set of stroke that is, that indicates a place. It's indicative of a roof, which means it's a roof of a place. All right, so it's a place. And then there is a man. You can see in this picture, there's a man with a crown on his head, just a symbol. And he's got some stuff under his arms. So these are gold coins. Or, yeah, coins, money. So this is the king of a country and he's got a lot of gold under him. He's the king of that place. He is the king or the ruler of that particular region, the country. This kanji means gold or money. And the readings are, what is the word for money? Does anybody recall?
Okane.
Kane, correct. Okane, right? Okane. It's actually kane. Kane is money. O is the honorific particle. Okane. So usually everybody says okane. So this kanji can be read as okane. And you also have kin. Kin means gold. And when this kanji comes along with something else, some other idea, some other word, some other kanji, then it will be read as kin. If it comes by itself, separately, independently in a sentence, such as, do you have money? In that sentence, money comes independently. It doesn't come with anything else. So there it is okane. And remember, kane is the kanji. O is an honorific particle that you simply attach to the word. Okay, so this is how you will write it. In fact, the way to ask the question, do you have money, will be, can anybody take a guess? You all know this. Do you have money? Is there money with you? How do you ask that question? Is there money with you?
Okane ga arimasu ka?
Hi. Excellent. Okane ga arimasu ka? Okane ga arimasu ka? In fact, I can replace this with the kanji. So if I click space, you see the first kanji comes. Right? Let me include the furigana. So it's easy for you to read. Okane ga arimasu ka? Do you have money? Is there money on you, with you? So O comes outside of the kanji. It's not part of the kanji. Kane is money. All right. Next kanji, soil. Soil. So this is the ground. And there's a sapling. There's a small plant that is growing on top of it. Right? So this is the kanji for soil. It doesn't come through in this font, but it's actually the top stroke is actually smaller than the bottom stroke, bottom horizontal line. That is important to note. This is tsuchi or do. Similarly, it's just like the other kanji. When it comes alone, it is tsuchi. When it comes with another kanji or an idea, it is do. The meaning is soil or earth. Earth as in soil, not the earth. Saturday is doyobi, right? The second reading that you have. Doyobi. Doyobi. And if you have the word soil appear independently, it is tsuchi, such as in this sentence. All right. Now you have two more kanji, but before that, since we have done all of this, let's look at the days of the week quickly. Okay, so I told you yobi is day of the week, right? So in yobi, the day kanji will be pronounced as bi. So Sunday is after the sun. So in this case, it is Nichi Yobi. Monday is after moon, so it is Getsu Yobi. The reading of the kanji I've given you in the second column. Getsu Yobi. Tuesday is after fire, it is Ka Yobi. Wednesday, water, Sui Yobi. Thursday, trees, Moku Yobi. It will be wrong to say Ki Yobi. Okay, that's not correct. That combination is not correct. If Ki appears correctly, independently, if this kanji appears independently, you will read it as Ki. But here it comes with something else, you will read it as Moku. Moku Yobi. Similarly, Friday is after gold, money, wealth, Kin Yobi. Saturday is soil, Doyobi. Doyobi. Hi, now let's repeat after me. Sunday, Nichiyobi.
Nichiyobi.
Hi. Monday, Getsuyobi.
Getsuyobi.
Tuesday, Kayobi.
Kayobi.
Wednesday, Suyobi.
Tsuyobi.
Hi, Suyobi. Suyobi.
Tsuyobi.
Hi. Thursday, Mokuyobi.
Mokuyobi.
Right. Friday, Kinyobi.
Kinyobi.
Kinyobi. Hi. Saturday, Doyobi.
Yobi.
Hi. Okay. Now the question, what day is it? What? There's some background noise from somewhere. Hi. Hi, arigatou gozaimasu. What day is it? Today. So today in Hi, so this day Suyobi. Hi. Correct. You're all right. Today is Suyobi. It's Wednesday. But the way to ask this question, as for today, what day is it? So the word for today in Japanese is kyo. Hi, kyo. Now, kyo is the subject. I want to know about today. So, kyo wa, not subject, topic. Kyo wa, as for today. Nan is the question word what? Yobi means day of the week. Right? Desu ka? Kyo wa nan yobi desu ka? As for today, what day is it? The V kanji is written with, that is the kanji. You will read it as B. Kyo wa nan yobi desu ka? So the answer will be kyo wa, what is it? Suyobi desu. Su. Ka is question. So positive sentence will end with desu or masu, right? Desu. Suyobi desu. Kyo wa suyobi desu. All right. Now, before we do the next kanji, I'd like to tell you about something. This kanji that you see on the top over here is a kanji for person. What is person in Japanese?
Hito.
Hito, right? You also have kata, but kata is written using different kanji. I'll tell you about that later. Hito, this is hito. So you can actually picture a person walking or just standing, right? This part of the kanji. This is the kanji for hito, person. Now there is something called radical in Japanese. Kanji radical. What are kanji radicals? That is when a whole kanji can come as a part of another kanji. All right, a whole kanji comes as a part of another kanji. Now, this kanji for hito is a whole kanji. Okay, it's a complete kanji by itself. But there are other kanji where this comes as a small part. For example, if this is it can either come to the left side or it can come on the top side, top part of the kanji like this. So how do you fit this whole kanji as a part of one kanji? So the left stroke comes and then you bring the second stroke downwards in order to accommodate something on the right side, as you can see here. So you see, this is a hito radical. What you see over here is the same kanji for person, but the right stroke is sort of brought down, so you have space for other stuff on the right. Okay, so that's the hito radical. So there is a meaning of person in that kanji. Similarly, in some other kanji, it can come on the top, such as this example. So you have the first stroke like this, and then the second stroke is extended to the right, as you can see, to accommodate stuff at the bottom. That is what happens. The next two kanji that we will be seeing has the hito kanji as a radical, as a part of it. So let's look at the first one. Hi, so this is the kanji for year. All right, year. So here, this kanji can be split into two portions. One is this top part, and the second is the bottom part. If I were to draw that separately, it will be 1 and this is the first one and this is the second one. This is a hito kanji, right? The hito kanji, but it's extended to the right because there's things to accommodate at the bottom. So there's a meaning of person in this. And what you see over here, the bottom part of this kanji is the kanji for cow. So why does this kanji mean year? Now let's think of a story, a way to easily remember the meaning of this kanji, because we don't know how the Japanese associate with it. Japanese don't usually have stories. They just write and write and write many number of times until the kanji registers. But we may not have the time to keep writing, although that is my preferred way of practicing kanji. So let's try to come up with stories in order to remember them. So farmers in villages, they acquire cows, they acquire animals. So the end of a year, the whole year goes by. At the end of the year is marked by acquiring of one cow. So this person is a farmer and he has a cow, he's acquired a cow, and so that marks a whole year, the passage of a year. So that is how this kanji means year. That's how you can remember it. The readings are nen and toshi. Nen and toshi. Now, nen is the sound or the reading that goes with numbers when you want to talk about the year 2020, 2024. Okay, your birth years, whatever, 1980, 1990. So here it is 2020. Let me make that this year. Doesn't matter. Let it be 20 itself. So how do you say 2020? What is 2000?
Nisan Niju 2000.
Yes. 2020 is Nisan Niju. But that is simply just a number if you don't say year after it. Nen. So in this case, it is nen. When it comes with any number, it is read as nen. But when it comes with other kanji, other words, like the word for every year, for instance, this is just an example, is mai toshi. The word is my toshi. So in this word, the toshi kanji, the year kanji, it's read as toshi. My toshi, it cannot be my nen. In this word, it's my toshi. The meaning is the same. The readings are different. The way you read them is different. All right. This is the last kanji for this lesson. So here you see the hito radical, the person radical on the side over here, right? It's extended downwards in order to accommodate stuff on the right. What is the kanji on the right?
Tree.
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 Tree. But this whole thing is one kanji. You have to remember that. Whole thing is one kanji. Okay, so this is very easy. It's a person resting under a tree. All right, a person resting under a tree. So he's resting. This is the kanji for rest or holiday. It has both noun forms and verb forms. Holiday is the noun form. To take rest is a verb. To take rest, it's an action. Resting is an action, right? Taking rest is an action, so it's a verb. The V stands for verb and the N stands for noun. Holiday is noun. The words are, as a verb, it is yasumu. As a noun, it is yasumi. The yasu remains standard, but the part over here that is in bracket, I've put it in bracket because the kanji itself is read only as yasu. But the mu and the mi, because it changes, it's put outside the kanji. Alright, so suppose you were to write using kanji, it will be like this. Ya, su, mi. So you see, the mi is outside. Similarly, ya, su, mu, the mu is outside the kanji. This is the noun form, this is the verb form. But why are these written in hiragana and not kanji? Why are these not a part of the kanji? Why are they written outside of hiragana? Okay, that has got to do with grammar. In grammar, when you start doing conjugation, everything changes. Verbs change, adjectives change with grammar. Like I said the last class, I said with grammar, whether it is positive or whether it is negative, whether it's in the past tense or in the present tense or in the future tense, your grammar keeps changing. For example, I've given here the verb run. So with grammar, it changes. In the present continuous tense, you say he is running. In the past continuous tense, you say he was running. Yesterday, he was running. Yesterday, he ran. Today, I ran. On Sundays, I run. So you see how the word run changes to ran, is running, was running, am running. You can see will be running. It changes. Even in Japanese, with grammar, verbs, nouns, they all change. But they change very differently. So I don't want you to compare the change between English and Japanese. In Japanese, it changes differently. With grammar, you will have yasu. I'll take the same verb to rest. And I'll show you how it changes. Yasumimasu. And then with certain other grammar, it changes like this. Yasumu. Yasunde. Yasumanai. These are all examples. Don't worry about this now. And then its noun form is yasumi. So you see how mimasu changes to mu in a certain grammar, and then it changes to inde, changes to manai randomly, and then it changes to me. So this part, it keeps changing with grammar. It's not fixed, right? Keeps changing. If it's past tense, it's something. If it's non-past tense, it's something else. So that part of the verb that keeps changing is written using hiragana. And the part of the word that is fixed with all conjugation, the yasu part of the verb is fixed. That is written using kanji. That is why, I don't know if you remember, I told you in the very first classes, hiragana is used for grammar endings. Because kanji is fixed, you can't keep changing the kanji, can you? Kanji has one specific meaning. You can't keep changing that. So the part of the verb that is fixed is written using the kanji, and the one that keeps changing, because you have to keep changing it. It's easier to write it in hiragana and keep changing it. So that's how it is. That's why you will find some kana, some sounds, I will write it outside in bracket. Even in textbooks, you will find it like that. That is to say that those are grammar endings that are subject to change. The part that is fixed is this, yasu. That is what is replaced with kanji. All right? Okay, now, yeah. Let's look at some questions. How do you ask these questions? I'll post this exercise in Google Classroom so you can all type the answers and send me, or write it and send me, however. Kyou wa nangatsu nannichi desu ka? So the question, kyou is today, nan is what, gatsu is month, right? What month? What date is it today? Today, what is the month and what is the date? Nangatsu nannichi desu ka? Next, if you simply want to ask the date, you will say nannichi desu ka? Kyou wa nannichi desu ka? If you want to know what day of the week is it today, kyou wa nanyoubi desu ka? Nan is what? Yobi is day of the week. The B kanji is written this way, right? Nanyobi desu ka? And we saw this earlier. If you just want to know about the month, kongetsu, you don't say today. You either say this month, what month is it? Or now, what month is it? Kongetsu wa nangatsu desu ka? Or ima wa nangatsu desu ka? Year, usually you don't ask what year is it now. Maybe you do. If you do, you know how to say ima wa nannen desu ka? But for a whole year, for 12 months, it doesn't change. So usually nobody asks that question. Now, when you want to ask for somebody's birthday, you use their name, whatever name plus san. Okay, suppose I'm asking, let's say Pranav san for his birthday. I'll say Pranav san no o tanjobi wa itsu desu ka? Tanjobi is birthday. The B kanji is the day kanji, right? O is honorific because you're asking about somebody's, it's a personal question. So it's always safe and respectful to use honorific particle. Now, itsu is the new question word that we are going to be looking at. In the last class, we saw the question word donna. Do you all recall? What is donna?
What type? What kind?
What kind of? Very good. Alright, so with each class, you learn something new. So now here, itsu desu ka? When is it? Itsu desu ka? When is it? So, I was giving you the example. Pranav san no otanjobi wa, as for your birthday, Pranav san. Itsu desu ka? When is it? Alright. Similarly, name san no, if you want to ask for someone's holiday, tell me what day is your holiday. Okay. Holiday is yasumi. Since that also is a sort of a personal question, you prefix it with the honorific particle o. This is yasumi, right? Yasumi. So how do you ask that question? Somebody, let me just take any one of you. Justin san. Justin san no oyasumi wa As for your holiday, Justin-san. Right? Justin-san no oyasumi wa itsu desu ka?
desu ka?
When is it? Hai. Or if you want to be more specific and ask what day is it? Because our holidays are usually Saturdays and Sundays. Right? So what day is it? Will be nanyobi desu ka? Itsu is very general. Right? Nanyobi is more specific. What day of the week is your holiday? Okay.
Nichiyobi.
Hai. Nanyobi. O yasumi. O yasumi. That's the topic. Somebody, whatever. You don't say anata no, right? That is where you use the person's name. That is also to be respectful. All right. Now, this is all there is to the lesson. Now, let's go to reading the lesson. We have some time left, so let's try to read the lesson. Let me share the PPT. Please open your textbooks also if you have them with you. I'll share the PDF, I'm sorry. Hi, textbook page number 34, I believe it is. Hi. Now, I'll quickly explain the lesson, and then after the explanation is done, I would like you all to repeat after me, read after me. All right? I would like to ideally ask you all to read the dialogues one by one, but since we are a little out of time. Okay. So the title of the lesson is Tanjobi Omedeto. Tanjobi Omedeto. All right. Tanjobi Omedeto. Tanjobi is birthday. Omedeto, the full expression is actually Omedeto gozaimasu. It's like arigato gozaimasu. Similarly, it's Omedeto gozaimasu. It means congratulations. So you don't say happy birthday in Japanese like you do in English. It's congratulations on your birthday. That's how you wish somebody on their birthday. Congratulations. The box has got these lines explaining the grammar, which I already have done. So let's just go directly into the lesson. Now, Tanaka. So she's talking to her students. She says, Minasan, ohayo gozaimasu. Minasan, everyone. Everybody, good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu. Kyou wa nangatsu nannichi desu ka? Kyou wa, as for today. Nangatsu, what month? What day is it? That's how you ask the question. Nangatsu nannichi desu ka? You end that sentence with desu ka? Kyou wa nangatsu nannichi desu ka? So Devi answers. She says, Kyou wa 5th month, 5th day. Okay, so that's in Japanese. 5th month, May is Gogatsu. Gogatsu. Gogatsu, and the 5th day is Itsuka. You might have the furigana in your textbook. It's Itsuka. Gogatsu Itsuka desu. Kyou wa Gogatsu Itsuka desu. Alright, kyou wa Gogatsu Itsuka desu. So Tanaka then says, so desu ne. That is correct, isn't it? That is so, isn't it? So desu ne. Nihon no kodomo no hi desu. Nihon no kodomo no hi desu. Kodomo no hi is Children's Day. But it's Japan's Children's Day. Nihon no kodomo no hi desu. Nihon no kodomo no hi desu. And then she says, otoko no ko no hi desu. We all know what otoko no hito means, right? Otoko is male. You say otoko no hito for man, right? Male person. Man. Now the word for child in Japanese is ko. It's a single syllable word, ko. So otoko no ko means a male child or boy. Similarly, onna no ko is girl. Onna, female child, girl. So Tanaka sensei says, it's Japan's Children's Day. It's Otoko no ko no hi. It's the day of boys. Boys' Day. The day to celebrate boy children, male children. Otoko no ko no hi desu. There are multiple no's, a couple of no's. Otoko no ko no hi desu. So Raja says, so desu ka? Is that so? And then he has a question. Onna no ko no hi. Onna no ko is female child, girls. So girls' day is onna no ko no hi. Onna no ko no hi wa itsu desu ka? Itsu, when is it? Onna no ko no hi wa itsu desu ka? Tanaka says, third month, third day. So sangatsu is March. Sangatsu mikka. If you look at your calendar, the third of a month is mikka. This kanji, the day kanji is read as ka for that date. Sangatsu mikka desu. So boys' day is Gogatsu itsuka, 5th May, and girls' day is Sangatsu mikka.
I have a
Third
doubt
March.
actually.
Hi, yes.
So girls' day is different from Hinamatsuri.
Actually, you're right. Hinamatsuri is that day.
Okay.
Right. Matsuri is festival. Hina is dolls. So it's dolls festival. So because it's girls' day, the doll festival day is the girls' day. Hi.
Okay.
Hi. Well, I'll write that if anyone wants to check, you can. Hina Matsuri. Hi. Now Ashok says, Sono hi. Sono is the second set of the kosado. It means that. Followed by the noun day. Sono hi wa. Sono hi wa watashi no tanjoubi desu. Hi. Okay. Sono hi wa, as for that day, watashi no tanjoubi desu. It is my birthday. Watashi no tanjoubi desu. Tanaka sensei, tanjoubi wa itsu desu ka? So he asks Tanaka sensei, when is your birthday? Tanaka sensei, tanjoubi wa itsu desu ka? Itsu desu ka? When is it? So Tanaka sensei says, watashi no tanjoubi wa. Let me scroll down a little bit. Hi. Watashi no tanjoubi wa. Can everybody try and read this?
Q-U-B.
Sen Q nen
Hi.
10月
Hi.
Goju ichi. Goju nichi desu.
Goju will be 5 and 10, so 50.
Oh,
What is 15?
Jugo.
Perfect.
Jugo nichi desu.
Yes, correct. Okay, so this is sen. 930 nen. Right? 1000 is sen, 900 is 900, 80 is hachiju. Did I say sanju? I'm sorry. Hachiju nen. 1980 nen. 10 gatsu is October. 15th is 15 nichi desu. Baby says, watashi mo. I am also. What is mo? Mo is a particle that means
Also.
also.
Even.
Even. I am also me, even. Yes. Watashi mo 10 gatsu desu. I am also 10th month. I am also October. But the date is 24 desu. 24 desu. The Raja says, Watashi no tanjoubi wa, as for my birthday, ashita desu. It's tomorrow. Watashi no tanjoubi wa ashita. What is today in Japanese? Today is kyo, right? Ashita is tomorrow. Tanaka says, so desu ka? Is that so? Otanjobi. Otanjobi. O is honorific particle. Otanjobi. Omedetou gozaimasu. Congratulations on your birthday. Otanjobi omedetou gozaimasu. Raja says, arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. And then Devi says, Raja-san no. So she's talking to Raja. Instead of saying anata no, your, she's saying Raja. She's using his name. Raja-san no oyasumi. Yasumi is holiday. O once again is honorific particle. Oyasumi wa. As for your holiday, Raja-san. Raja-san no oyasumi wa. Nanyobi desu ka? What day of the week is it? Nanyobi desu ka? Raja says, Doyobi. Doyobi to Nichiyobi desu. Doyobi to Nichiyobi desu. Doyobi is Saturday. To is and. Between two nouns, when you have to, it means and. Nichiyobi is Sunday. Doyobi to Nichiyobi desu. Ashita wa, as for tomorrow. Tomorrow is his birthday, right? Ashita wa yasumi de wa arimasen. Desu is positive sentence. Deva arimasen comes at the end of a negative sentence. So what is the meaning of this sentence? Ashita wa yasumi de wa arimasen.
Tomorrow
I'm
is
Yes.
not
free
holiday.
tomorrow. It's not my
Correct.
holiday. Tomorrow.
Perfect. Right. Tomorrow is not a holiday. Right? Ashita wa yasumi de wa arimasen. So Devi says, Zannen desu ne. Zannen. The meaning of this word is zannen. Zannen is unfortunate. A pity that it is not a holiday. That's unfortunate, isn't it? It's a pity, isn't it? Zannen desu ne. Ne is the, the question tag. So that is the lesson. So there's a lot to remember in this lesson. Dates, months of the year is still fine, but the days of the week also you'll have to remember. And quite a few kanji, right? It's a second lesson with kanji, and there's quite a few. So I'm sure the fourth lesson kanji, by now you've seen it so many times, you're all quite thorough. So start learning your fifth lesson kanji also. Make it a part of your practice. Initially, it was kana practice. Hiragana, katakana, I asked you to practice every week. You'll have to start kanji practice. Periodically, I'll give you a pop quiz that you can take up and see where you stand with respect to your kanji knowledge. So keep practicing. All right. Next class, we'll discuss your exercises. So please do your Renshu exercises, submit it, do the typing exercise online. I'll give that a check. Next class, we'll also have a small conversation about in Japanese about your birthdays and holidays, right? Asking a question, answering a question. So try to go through your numbers, try to tell your birthday in Japanese and see. Okay, do that practice. If there is anything I need you to do, any homework apart from your lesson exercise, I'll post it in Google Classroom. So please do take a look. All right. So, 今日はここまで until this. I'll see you all on Friday. お疲れ様でした。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます、先生。
はい、ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます、先生。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。